Yo, 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 yo. It's your boys, man. It's your boys, man.
You
You know what
already
we
know.
call it, man. We going by the Lively Alliance. And just real quick, y'all folks want to ask why? Hey, y'all, what is the Lively Alliance? For all my mortal combaters,
Okay.
y'all might remember the Deadly Alliance.
Right.
Right? For all my mortal combaters, you might remember them being deadly the last time two sorcerers linked up. But now here you have some software sorcerers, some
Mm-hmm.
AI sorcerers,
Mm-hmm.
folks making magic with
Yeah.
what they do.
Facts.
Right? So, hey, we're here. It's your boy Spin City, of course.
It's your boy Hisayowaku, Sovereign Identity Architect, at your service.
Right. So, y'all, today on a good Friday, man, we
Yeah.
just want to reach out to all of our folks that have been harping on Black history.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, we got the People's Panthers.
You know it. You know
You
it.
know, I like to go with the over cloud railroad. You know, in Tubman fashion. You know, giving back the game, helping folks. You know, from the bottom make it to the top, and
Right.
increasing more black on black cash flow.
There we go.
You feel me? So, with everything that we got going on, and every time we look back at Black history, it's about what we had. What we're saying with Black Futures, I believe, is what can we get next?
What can we do with everything that has been laid out on the table for us?
Yeah.
This is really leaning into that notion of Sankofa, right?
Mm.
Where you look back in order to really gain the wisdom
Mhm.
of what you've been through. So that way, when you do look forward, you can project a much better pathway into.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You can choose better destinations. You can choose better because you know the wisdom of where you've been is now informing the innovation of tomorrow. And that's ultimately what we're trying to get to today in this Black Future Month, in this Afro Future Month. We're really trying to get into that space of, yes, we have been through a very traumatic period
Right.
in our history, so to speak, right? But that traumatic period is but a sliver, but a section of a page in a
Mhm.
much longer codex of us doing really futuristic fly shit that
Yeah.
even to this day we still can't figure out. So how is it that we can get ourselves away from the slave trauma theater
Right.
that this month kind of leans
Right.
itself into based on different corporate incentives, right?
Right.
How can we take it from that and now begin to see our experiences as infrastructure to build again that better tomorrow, a brighter future in real time instead of just idealizing these things? Let's institutionalize
Right.
these things.
Right. Taking the same systems, you know, that we were given by said totalitarians.
Yeah.
Right. That's why my tour dates is the totalitarian tiptoe. Because here's the thing, family.
Mhm.
I'm telling everybody, you know, Cat Williams said it best. I think the top of like 2024.
Right.
He said the winners aren't allowed to let losers rewrite history. Look, I come from a melanated family, an Aboriginal original family.
Right.
My grandmother spoke on days to where we were here, instead of being packed on sardines on a Jesus ship and being fed what we were fed in my family, it was that, you know, the conquerors came, they saw, they did conquer. Okay. So what I'm saying with that is there's only one way to become a slave.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And folks, you know, nowadays, folks must not read the 13th Amendment. Folks must not read the 13th Amendment, because if you commit a crime, you are now considered a slave and you will do slave labor. But look, another way of slavery, I believe, is they grow you up in the education system
Okay.
to do one of these jobs that we have. We grow you up in this system to work further in this system, and we'll often, when by the time you get too old to work for this system any longer, here, we'll just give you your pittance. We don't see that as slavery.
Especially when you're not getting the lion's share of what your work is actually producing in terms of value. Yeah, no, that's
because again, we can look at slavery, and it's not like they just the masters of old, right?
right.
They didn't let the slaves starve. Obviously, they fed them something.
Keep them going from day to day.
So I can keep you going from day to day.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, I can pay you 10% of the work. And when I'm paying you 10% of the work, you have to use 50% of 10% of the work to survive on your life. A lot of people are working to go to work.
Oh, wow.
Is that not slavery? Or am I confused?
No, that's crazy. You're working just to maintain being able to continue to have the privilege of going to work. You're cooking. That is actually really wild.
With no control and with no upskilling. Right. You know, a lot of us go to, hey, again, y'all, the only reason why we're talking how we talk now, because I used to work at the Wingstop, man.
I was at the Starbucks, yo.
Family. We're not just hitting on the fly. Hey, we're entrepreneurs and we don't know where you're coming from. We're saying, look, I fell for it, y'all. I did it. I say, hey man, I'm from California, so give me my $15 an hour. Oh man, I'll do the chicken wings, man. I'll do the register, man. I'll travel by bus to get here, man. I'll do all these things, and I'll go home and feed myself and feed my children and take care of my family on 50% of the 10% that you gave me to live and to get back in here. I said, I've been duped.
I have been hoodwinked, hornswoggled, flabbergasted, and blew back. Goddamn.
You feel me? So, y'all, what we're saying is we found a way. We found the overground railroad.
There we go.
The same way we've been conquered, the same way they keep our head below water. You got to use the tools. You got to use the move. You know, we're gentlemen of chess and a good life. And I say, how dare I on the black pieces side? Look how I was thinking. How dare I on the black pieces side watch the white pieces make all these moves and say, hey, I don't want to use those moves. Imagine playing. I hope you guys all understand the game of chess. And if you don't, go learn, because I'm going to say this. How dare you use only pawns? How dare you use only pawns in a game full of pawns, knights, rooks, kings, queens,
bishops, and all types of shit? Yeah.
They're using everything to keep your head below water, but you won't use the same tools, AI. You won't use the same tools, technology, software, to say, hey, look, I'm going to make some sort of comeback, because the fact does remain that the winners aren't allowed to let the losers rewrite history. Why would they let you make a comeback? Okay. Why would the descendants of the winners hand over the playbook to the descendants of the losers?
That doesn't make sense.
Right?
That doesn't make sense. No, it sounds like you're trying to reset the calendar, reset the score if you do that. And this is the part for me.
That's all he had to say.
This is the part for me that just makes this so interesting, is when we are all so fascinated, right? So let's say we get beyond the slave trauma theater, right? Because all right after you get past that, you write in Kemet, right? Because that's usually where this lands you, right? You looking at the my Egyptian Commission ancestors. Look at these niggas so smart. Look at how they lined it up.
Come on.
To the stars, right? In Orion's belt. God damn, they so genius. Boy, if you look, the pyramid itself is exactly 3 degrees off from true. Boy, look at how they was able to carve it into the wall in such great. You know, they was manufacturing fine art as a language. Crazy how they was doing that. But yet somehow you think this didn't. And mind you, now the Nile River is as long as America is wide.
Whoa.
You have a continuous culture all the way across. So let's say all of America is on one accord. when we do construction projects, we all agree on exactly the same construction project,
Right.
and we maintain it as an entire civilization for 10, 20, 30, 40,000 years.
Mhm.
And and you telling me these niggas ain't got SOPs? You telling me they ain't got business infrastructure? You telling me they don't understand how to operate in an organized capacity?
Yeah.
Why is it that we've taken on this mode of we ain't those super organized ones? CPT, color people time. We just pull up to everything late. Where do these things come from?
Where did they come from? Wow.
When our ancestors were literally timing everything down to the millisecond based on stellar movement that they had watched for hundreds of thousands of years.
Wow.
And kept documented record of it to then pass it down, systematize it to where you now can come on here and say, I'm a Gemini, and that means something.
And that means something. Like, yeah, too many folks, I always say, bro, too many people play with this horoscope thing, and then they let that get fed into their lifestyle for generations, man. And like you're saying, you brought up some excellent points right there, man. You started cooking once again, because how was everything on time, on delivery? And folks always say we are a people that did commerce with one another. It's not like everything has always ran off gold. It ran off the work. The farmer fed the carpenter built for the farmer. You know what I mean? It wasn't this currency of today.
When proof of work was the only currency you needed.
Yeah.
Wait, but don't we have that if you don't work, you don't eat? It's almost like we kind of always hold on to these remnants and shards of these economic, ecological, sociological systems that we built to interact with one another in very equitable ways.
Of course.
I respected the butcher just as much as I respected the baker and the candlestick maker. They all served a function in the community. That was somebody's son, that was somebody's daughter, somebody's mom. And I deified that.
Yeah.
The carpenters had a god.
Yeah.
The chefs had a god.
Yeah.
You see, I had to have respect for each. So where is it that we, again, this is what I'm saying, when we look back, where do we lose these principles?
Yeah, where did we lose them?
That's what I would rather have a conversation about. Yeah. Where did we break from the principles? What did that create downstream? And then how can we re-upload? You see what I'm saying? Maybe we developed a little too fast in the wrong direction.
Right.
Maybe we were programmed to develop a little too fast in the wrong direction.
Exactly.
And we've forgotten who we are to a certain degree. Not to say that we wasn't on some super chill. I'm pretty sure once the pyramid was done, niggas threw a big party, did all the shrooms.
Come on, you know man. What I'm saying? It's done, man.
We do it for 2 weeks straight.
Of course, man.
And but then you got to get back to being a civilization that can sustaining itself for tens of thousands of years at a time. America's about to fall apart. It ain't even been 500.
Yeah.
So again, where are we losing the structure that it actually takes to create civilizations? And can we truly say that we're in one right now? Mm-hmm. And if we can't say that, then we need to have that deeper conversation, not as an idealism, but as real infrastructure. How do we build or rebuild our own nations, our own civilizations? How do we enforce our own sovereignty, stick with it, work it all the way out until we see the benefit? How do we get to a space where the Mansa Musas among us can really flourish? Where, you know what I'm saying? Where the spins and the hits can come out and really flourish from early though. You see what I'm saying? Imagine spin and hit if they would have never gotten into none of the extra traumatic shit that we had to do to just survive being melanated men in the wilds of North America. Imagine if we got to spend more time just thinking about how to clearly communicate messages to people at a global level, marketing. Right. What if I actually got the time to think about how do symbols shape cultures and people's branding? What if we really just got to actually engage with these things at the genius? And it's not to say that stopped what we were able to create with what we got now. But again, when we really have that unencumbered, free space to really think, to really express, to really own who we are, sovereign identity.
Yeah. That's true.
Look at what we produce when we have sovereign identity as the cultural standard.
Yeah.
You are a god. Before you enter into any temple, man, know thyself.
Yeah. Know thyself. It is.
And this is what I want to bring to y'all. We have to look back, not because these things require some type of fear no, we got to look back because we're not looking deep enough into our own past to really see just how much we have given away power to what is essentially a blip on the screen in the true history of what we have brought to the planet. We invented everything. Y'all remember that, right? We invent math.
Math. I mean, that's like the main go. That's like the
human understanding of the computational logic of reality. I literally write articles about how the digital world, the bizarre that starts with ancestral code.
Yeah.
Binary, recursion, fractals, all of the things that make computer science, I can show it to you on a sheet of paper. It's called the Tzolk'in. You see all of these different calendars, of these different, the I Ching.
Right, then.
Binary, ones and zeros, broken lines, unbroken lines. You put them on a sheet of paper and you're doing computations right there. It's the start. It's the origin of what you now see in. You love all this. Again, I'm going to say it again. I can never remember homegirl's name. They just gave her a really dope ass award. If you like being able to do all this telecommunication shit, make phone calls through the internet, you can thank a Black woman for that. She created the voice over internet protocols. Why is it everything that we enjoy as life that we feel is just so futuristic? Somehow, some way, here we are, right there. So when do we start owning that aspect of our identity instead of allowing others to brand us?
Yeah.
To market to their marketing. Let's understand, if you are truly an oppressed people, right? You don't control your brand identity then. You don't control who you're marketed to. You don't control how you're advertised. That's why you are the delectable Negro. You are purely for consumption.
Wow.
The whitest Black you can be.
There it is. There it is. He was ran off. What the whitest Black you can be. And that's the thing when we can reset to Cat Williams saying the winners aren't allowed to let losers rewrite history. Meaning,
nope.
That's why they want you to lose who you were. That's why they wanted they wanted to be missing who you were and where you came from. Because I can imagine if melanated people won.
Oh.
If the conquistadors came over here and was a flop, we would have kept their people. We would have had at their women. We would have knocked off all of their fighting age boys, and we would have continued to build.
Whatever
we would not let them rewrite history.
Nope.
All of the history books would say how we defeated them.
Yep.
Because the winners are the ones that truly write the future. But how come none of us want to win if we knew we went through the trauma of loss? If we went through this, because we can actually make it so simple in now's time. Okay. By me simply saying, if my grandfather beat up your grandfather,
right?
So my grandfather, we're up on you automatically. My grandfather has a son, aka my father.
Right.
Now, the loser, the father in this, guys, stick with me. The father in this is afraid of that family.
That's a fact.
Now the grandson never remembers that his grandfather was even a fighter because his father was afraid of the other side. So now the son is afraid to challenge anybody up and will do whatever the other son says.
There you
So now when they have the great grandson, he never knew, because here's one thing, family. You can watch simple movies, the Transylvania, the Willoughbys, and all the Europeans and all of the Frenchmen and all of the Spaniards always have their King Henry the 14th, the 13th, the 12th, the 11th, the 10th, so that the King Henry the 15th exists to King Henry, and they always know that their 15th ago was fighters. How many melanated folks, especially in Northern America, know that their grandparents were even fighters? We're saying hello. Tubman and them was fighters. The Black Panthers were fighters. But how come we're afraid of the technology in which that will tell the stories of Tubman? Why are we afraid of the AI that can actually bring back the original Black Panther Party? Why are we afraid to use something like deep research to see what the Black Panthers were truly doing on the ground, to bring it into the moment so we can further influence the future, to tell our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, our great-great-grandchildren to say, hey man, the Black Panthers was fighters in 19 when it's 22.
Yeah.
Why are we afraid of the comeback? Why are we afraid of the comeback? For everybody that mess with Rocky.
Okay.
Adonis Pops was killed
in the ring.
Mm-hmm. But everybody perpetuated the story all the way to Creed 3 that your father was a fighter.
That's a fact.
Your father was a fighter. He died on his sword and shield.
Yeah, no, you're right. They maintained that aura of who Apollo was. And
we're not doing it, man.
Oh, wow.
We're not doing it, man.
Wow.
Because I see us, man, saying, hey, AI is the devil, man. It's going to take this from you. It's going to take that from you. You're going to lose yourself. You're going to find yourself, was what I would say.
I've been finding myself, I can tell you that much.
Because with a simple, deep research on chat, and a simple, deep research on something like the brand new Perplexity, multimodal, use chat, use Gemini, use Claude to do deep research on Harriet Tubman. Because you can't find that news that you can use to influence the moment and also be influential in the future. Based off what she really did, because you're letting the winners smear her story.
Yo, and here's the real ill part. Here's where the Sankofa, the looking back, gets cybernetic. It starts to spiral you forward, right? We deep research Harriet Tubman. And as you deep research and you do, shout out to the squad. As you deep research and you doing your thing, you getting your information, you start thinking, wait, ICE has been moving kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. government has been kind of sus lately. What would a underground, overground railroad look like in 2026 if I just wanted to maybe, try that out, just to give it a go?
Yeah.
You think AI about to hate on your little hypothetical scenario? You think AI about to hate on you just dreaming up a little world where maybe it's 2026 and maybe you want to... You think you won't be able to prompt it just nicely to be able to say...
Prompt it and say, hey, man, just give me a nice roadmap of how do you think Muhammad Ali would be impactful in 2026? Hey, hypothetical. Perplexity. And here's the thing about us, y'all. Man. Here's the thing about us, is that China wishes to destroy America.
For sure.
So you know what they're doing with DeepSeek, with Kimmy? They're extracting a whole lot of America's ups and downs. And you know what that means is China is studying the comeback of the melanated people itself, so that when China takes over America, they know how to deal with the melanated people. when they conquer the Europeans and the Spaniards and the Frenchmen. So what I'm saying is use DeepSeek. What I'm saying is use Kimmy to figure, because China's always open model, isn't it?
Always.
It's always open source. So China has done the deep research and the data on Tubman, on the Black Panthers, on Rosa Parks, on Mansour
Probably
Musa,
without any
on
of the
Marcus
American
Garvey.
bias.
Without the American bias,
Ooh.
without the European wash down, China is saying we need to look out for the European, the Frenchmen, and the melanated people and the Aboriginals, because those were the original soldiers. And what happened is Columbo, stupid ass, y'all know him.
Oh,
He
God.
came over on the boat. He went back to the queen and said, hey, it's some big motherfuckers over there. It's some big motherfuckers over there. We need cannons, bullets, dogs.
All that.
All the king's horsemen, all the king's men.
Yeah, gotta bring them out. Because we gotta spend one more time.
And then let's not forget, some of us won in certain areas
Yes.
until
Yes.
his storybooks started to open.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So now it didn't become a physical war, it became psychological even back then. Because they were too big to defeat and they were too plenty. Because if you come back on a boat 40 deep, you're not finna take down 40,000. Because how can you come on a boat 100 deep to slay 100,000? You had to slay your first, you know what I'm talking about? And then you had to tell a story to convince everybody else, hey, we wasn't having it, but you imagine Seminole. Man, I don't care who that is. But then the story started to travel out west. And where I come from, they wanted the gold.
Wow.
So they tricked them on a story about the gold because you weren't going to beat them.
Right.
It had to become psychological. And then down south where they won, they were saying, hey, we got them as slaves.
You know how they knew they were slaves? By the bone.
Why?
By the bone.
The bones in the books, man.
The bones in the books.
The branding of the bones in the books, man. We slayed them, so you better not try to stop us the next town we come into.
Boy, and we discovered dinosaurs, and we know how they look. How could you ever beat us? Come on.
How could you ever defeat us,
How could
man?
you ever defeat us?
We're just trampling across the Americas. Right? Now look at today. This is what I like about today, but I hate about today.
Okay.
You brought up, you know what I'm saying, the ice cream paint job that's going around America, because they're trying to go get wins higher north and lower south to make America great again.
America great again.
Because we have North America, Middle America, Southern America, Canada. And then what did the orange man say he wanted to do? He said, man, how much would it take for us to be Canada? To make all of this to the top of the globe American. He's telling y'all right to y'all face, he wants to make America great again. He didn't say he did not say the United States great again. He's not saying the United States great again. He's not saying the United States great again.
He said Turtle Island, baby.
And he says, and here's the thing about me, y'all. What's going on with the bottom border that's not happening at the top? I kind of believe a Canadian can walk over.
And be.
But you need to build a wall on the southern one. What's the difference here, man? Where am I confused? I thought I was a smart guy. Where am I lost on this American thing, man? What am I not seeing on the chessboard of the greater?
You're making a good point.
And then again, all this technology. You see why Donald and them had to buy TikTok. What did we just say about China? What they going to do? Harvest data from them.
Exactly.
And are there not huge TikTok creators on the melanated side? Are there not massive creators and speakers on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. Are there not people of this capacity with 1 million? Some of our brothers, Keys, Reza, Dan, DG.
Jeez.
Ooh. Are they not there speaking this same speak? Has China not studied them for having millions of views per month?
I wonder
To say leave.
I wonder what China has learned from Keys that y'all refuse to understand.
What don't y'all understand
Ooh.
that China has studied out of your same brothers? Keys.
Oh man.
Keys, my boy. Reza.
Imagine.
That stood up against the jab. Speaking of the jab, nature jab, my boy Julian turning plastic into fuel.
Oh, I wonder what they learned.
What is China learning that the melanated people are not?
I wonder.
Where are the where are our melanated scientists? Please, we beg of you to come out of the shadows and teach more.
Where's the black people in STEM? Every time, y'all, I keep hearing all of these things, but then I don't really be feeling it in the market. So this is where I'm like, are we just ghosts in the machine? It's almost like our impact is being extracted away from us.
Mm-hmm. So
it's like we hear, but we not here.
Mm-hmm.
We know we move in culture, but somehow we can't. It's not with our hands. Our hands isn't moving shit. It's almost telekinetic. We like a poltergeist throwing shit around. We angry as hell. But somehow, for some reason, we can't seem to operationalize that force into something a little more tangible.
Right.
We keep going ghost on some Danny Phantom shit.
Yeah. We gatekeep from one another.
Is that the...
That's the whole thing, about us, y'all. We're saying Operation Gaslight on Instagram.
Facts.
That's what we're saying, y'all. Look, the overground railroad gotta be. This is how you should be using AI to continue currency and commerce. And I know Hitsai, you might talk over y'all heads, but he spoke on the math of the mad marketplace. He calls it the bizarre bazaar. It is. It is, if you understand, but he's speaking to make it in, because again, the education system will not teach you to think this high up.
Yeah, the math of the mad market is good. I like it because it's angry.
Yeah.
There's too many forces colliding all the time, and it constantly has to try to optimize and resolve these conflicts. And then you got to remember, the Fed is doing all type of fiat paper printing and all. Look, there's a lot of artificial injection in the economy. They put out one little epi file. You know what I'm saying? They put out the EpiPen, and Bitcoin ain't been the same.
They put out the EpiPen and Bitcoin got dick.
God damn.
God damn.
They put out the EpiPen and Bitcoin ain't been the same.
Bitcoin ain't been the
same.
So
let's understand the market is just crazy. It's festering. There's a lot going on. There's a lot being sold to you. There's a lot of conflicting lies. There's a lot of conflicting narratives. You have to understand that there are players that are really looking to take down what you call home, but technically they also know you don't own nothing.
You don't own anything, man. They don't even want you to own your identity, man.
Oh, no.
They don't even want you to own your identity, man. And that's crazy about us spiritual folks, man. It's kind of the spiritual folks that I get it back from the most, is that we were kings and we were gods and we were goddesses and we were queens and we were leaders. And so why are we slaves?
So why are we here now?
So why are you working for an oppressor to prove that you're a god or a queen or a king or a goddess? Why are you working for an opposition? Why are you giving your one and only time? Time isn't money. Time is life.
Oh, wow.
Time isn't money. Time is not a piece of paper.
That was not
Time is not a piece of paper. It is your one and only life. YOLO. Hello, YOLO. Hello, YOLO. You're only going to be under this name, under this spirit, under this mindset once. And if you live in a system, it will be reset. If you live in a system, it will be reset, and you might come back a donkey. So when all my spiritual folks say, hey, I'll just take the time to reincarnate.
Oh, no.
You're going to come back a monkey.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, some goofy shit.
So while you're hearing the messages, please heed one. The niggas are coming. The niggas are coming. Come through, man. Please help us, help you, help all advance into a more melanated future and conquer the math of the mad marketplace. Kisayoku has coined the term the bizarre bazaar.
It's just weird. It's a weird place to work, ain't it?
It's a weird place to work, family. The link will be everywhere, y'all. The link will be everywhere. We're saying, hey, we want to influence a black future. We want to do more black on black currency, more black on black cash flow. We don't hide anything, y'all.
Nope.
Everything I've done with AI animation and the Ascended Masters, everything, ideas in the income immediately, because we want to get you in the game of making a comeback, seeing for sure that this AI thing, this artificial intelligence, is only driven by your actual intelligence. They're data mining, dropping data centers in your hood where you don't own anything.
But it's your hood, right?
But it's your hood, but it's your, and we're going to show you in the final 9 to 5 and in the paycheck protocol, how to pay yourself quickly. That's a good connection that I like. That's why we're putting it in a bundle, because if you take the principles of ideas in the income, AI for advertising and marketing, and for animations to do things that you couldn't do before.
That's your content. Remove yourself from the content creation. Stop acting like the content is the goal. No, it is not. That is, use it for what it's for. Social marketing. That's it.
Why is, here comes the Super Bowl here in a few hours.
There we go.
And they're gonna take 1.25 million from advertisers, because the advertisers know for a fact, and it's gonna be already your favorites. It's gonna be Doritos, man.
You waiting on it. You know they coming with
you know it's gonna be Pepsi, man.
You know
it's going to be Toyota, man. Okay. So in ideas in the income and Final 9 to 5 and paycheck protocol, it will tell you how to do Super Bowl level advertisements without the Super Bowl, man.
As big as the what?
Bigger than the Super Bowl, bigger than the soccer, because you are speaking to your target demographic. You are becoming the influential idol of your brand. You are taking a sovereign identity. You're becoming the mascot in which who you truly are. And you're finding like-minded individuals that wish to patronize.
There you go.
And help you get something done. We go out there, and again, hey, look, I'm not hating, okay? We go out there and we build credit.
There we go.
With the next man's bank.
Oh.
And again, hey, the Steams, they got all the banks. Hey, the Frenchmen got all the banks. Who is the Chase family? Who is this person? Who is that person? Who are you?
Who are you? Why you know their identity?
Why do you know their identity so well based off that they're saying, give me your money and we'll manage it for you and give you back less than inflation every year?
How do you trust them?
Why do you trust them?
Why the fuck do you trust them? What do you that's what I be trying to get to the heart of. Why is it that I know your name, and why am I being prompted to care? What are you actually doing? Who are you doing it for? And why does it matter to me? So when you really start asking questions like that, you start trying to figure out, like, all right, like JP Morgan Chase might, serve a little function right now in the intermediary. But that nigga really don't mean nothing to me.
I don't know anybody in his family, but we know that big blue sea.
But I
That
know
big blue sea
is what I know. And I also know he controls something very important to me. My finances, my finances.
My resources.
So why am I letting this middleman mascot for my own self-interest? Wait a minute.
So you mean to tell me again?
Hold on.
Take this from the snap.
Okay.
You mean I need to work for such and such where they're going to give me 10%
Right.
of some cheese. They're actually not going to send it to me, spend.
No.
They're going to send it to JP Morgan first, right? Uh-oh, we're going to get in big trouble now. Hope they don't cut us out. So I need to go work for Cuz, who giving me my 10.
Right.
And he doesn't send it to me. He's going to actually send it to JP. JP going to say, let me get 1% of that to loan it to somebody else based on their credit. That means they can access your cash. I'll give you your 9.8 so you can go spend 5.1 on trying to raise your family and trying to get back to who you work for so they can send JP more. Look at the fucking cycle. I'm finna lose my fucking mind.
Wait, and then when these banks fuck up and fail, the whole government say, oh my God, my baby fell, no. And then they don't pick you up when the banks fail because all the banks are holding is your money. They don't pick you up when the banks fail. They pick up the banks and they say,
JP, you have good credit with us. Have more. And you don't have good credit with big JP. And then don't lose the work that you're doing for the top, because so they won't send JP no more money that JP can now share to you. So now you go broke, and the same government saved JP from you going broke and you going broke and you go. Hey, my ass done went broke, and we don't have any credit. When you could have just went to your own people by telling them, by advertising, and say, hey, what's going on, y'all? It's spin. What's going on, y'all? It's his side. You a cool man. And this is what I do for a living. This is my contribution to society. I've taken years of my own programming, sovereign programming.
I built
the mindset in which I created, the style in which I created.
Yep.
The verbiage in which I created, aka Bazaar, aka sovereign identity. I've created this, and he's saying you should adopt this same thing. But you're saying, hey, I need to still work for McDonald's so they can pay Wells Fargo, so Wells Fargo can manage my sovereign finances.
Wow. Look at and that seems to be the real difference between operating in a public capacity and operating in a private capacity. I'm not going to say too much, but when you're moving in that business trust fashion, right? These become why am I allowing this third party to manage my responsibilities?
Manage your responsibilities.
Why am I using these accountants to be accountable for me?
Oh, no.
And it's not to say we shouldn't leverage those who like the numbers of accounting.
Yep.
But I should also probably be in a direct form of contact and contract between two sovereign parties, mutually agreed, that says, this is what you will do, this is what you won't do. You break my trust, I fuck you up.
I fuck you over. And even further, man, and even worse, because let's talk about a negative.
Okay.
How do I, again, go to work?
Okay.
So I get my work, I get my 10.
Okay.
Okay. They give JP a certain amount, but JP, he says, put your bills on autopilot. So now JP sends your rent in, sends your light bill in, sends your gas in, and then let's even get to that middle class that has insurance.
Oh.
Insurance companies are saying, hey, Let us hold some money every month in which we'll control and invest just in case you get into a car crash. Let us hold more money from JP. Give us money from JP and Wells, because we'll say just in case, in the unfortunate event of your demise, we will give you life insurance.
Right. You're literally betting that something bad is going to happen to you. They're betting something won't. And then when they lose the bet, them boys be dead ass ready to not pay you what they owe you. So you could have went to the numbers lady down the street. You could have went on Polymarket and just bet against your own life every month.
And bet against your own life. And then look at that. But see, this is where it gets worse for us.
Man.
Again, boom, boom, boom. Miss a payment on the car. Miss a payment on your rent. Miss a payment on your life insurance. And you get scammed. Because they're going to say, hey, you know what? We're going to take the whole whip back. Hey, you know what? You actually got to get out of this home. Hey, you know what? You stopped paying. You actually didn't die. So where's the $60,000? Because, hey, I didn't die, but I lost the job. Can I actually get that $60,000 back? You didn't die.
Yeah, but you didn't die.
But you didn't die. But we actually need the whip back. Oh, you put damage on the whip? You actually owe us now.
Wait a minute.
You also what's that paint off the ceiling over there here? We gonna take that from your deposit.
So wait.
Now you actually owe us more.
I was putting in money and I ain't get no real equity in none of this shit.
No, where? Where have we ever seen it?
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh damn. Wow.
Family.
Wow.
We're speaking of a mindset here, man. Please,
wow.
On a Good Friday, we're speaking on a mindset here, man.
This is why we call it the bizarre bazaar. Because when you really get to the first principles of what you're doing, you just come to understand what the fuck are we talking about?
What are we talking about, man?
What are we doing for real? Am I really paying someone to handle? Wait, hold on. Okay.
You're paying someone.
I'm paying someone to rob me.
I'm paying to be burglarized.
For the convenience of being burglarized.
I don't want to cut you. They got folks.
I don't want y'all kicking in my door. But what I will do is I'll let you own the house. I won't let you kick in the door. But you can't own the house for 30 years while I pretend like this is me.
Like I pretend it's me, man. I'll give you money every month in the unfortunate event that I become deceased.
Oh boy.
Instead of a trust. Instead of acreage. Instead of sovereign identity, sovereign land, sovereign lifestyle and mindset.
Just living.
Get buy solar panels to energize your property.
Oh shit.
Farm get agricultural acreage and feed your family with your vegetables, with your fruits, with your animals, with your labor, because they taught you to not be sovereign.
Wait, you know how many people you can feed with 1 acre of land? Now imagine if every neighbor next to you had a 5-acre plot and just utilize 1 acre to grow food. You think you'd starve? See, this is something that I understand because I'm from a little island called Jamaica, where it's a lot of just fruit and trees and shit just all over the place, right? And it's not to say that there's not poverty on my island and all these different things, but again, the poverty is synthetic because if niggas was leveraging the land the way the ancestors really taught them to, instead of buying into these corporate fictions and corporate cosplays that they've been branded and marketed and advertised as being the prim and proper way to live in the world,
right?
We wouldn't have these issues because they would feed themselves. Look at
Yeah.
all this fertile land. We would protect the land. We would implement systems that continuously regenerate. We will build systems of wealth based on what's abundant, not systems of debt based on who owes who what, because we're all making up money.
Because we're all making it up. We're all making it up. As long as they keep printing it.
As long as they keep printing.
And then again, like every time I go back to the top, it makes me more frustrated, bro. Because again, I'm about to go work for something. They're going to send it to JP. JP going to say, they didn't put enough in. Print me some more. Print me some more. And we let it get to the digital touch point. We've let it go to, I'll show you more numbers on the screen. The time here on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, it's not showing on. These are all digital. These are just, we can show you digital numbers. We don't have it in paper. We don't have it in gold. We don't have any backup. We're just gonna say, hey, you know what?
Hey, oh shit.
You have these digital. You have these digital points. It's like you said, we're making it up.
Oh yeah, because all this economy is the quantification of your belief in labor. Your belief in labor. You believe in the market. That means you'll keep laboring in it, and that's how they're extracting your value. I can't explain this system to you any more clearly than that. You believe in it, and they're leveraging your belief to keep it going.
They're leveraging your belief to keep it going. It's like a religion.
It's holy shit.
Oh,
wait.
No.
In God we trust.
Oh no, family.
Oh no.
Oh no, please. Please. Good Friday, man. This has been the Lively Alliance.
Hallelujah.
We're not going to take up, illusions here on YouTube. Illusions, family. Please. What we've done is combine our minds to make a lively alliance. Software sorcerers, AI sorcerers, robotics, tech, hardware, software. And we're saying, look, man, we've put forth a mindset in which you can play it back and listen. Listen to pieces, parts of the clips to where we say your job is giving you 10% of what everything's worth.
Right.
And they're sending that 10% of what everything's worth to JP or Wills or whoever you decide to bank with for insurance claims on your life, on your home, on your transportation.
Charging you for water they didn't make. Electricity. Oh, wait, whoa.
Leveraging your illusion. Leveraging your delusion.
Even deeper.
And to say you actually don't own anything. You rent everything.
And you love it.
Even your identity.
Even your identity. You don't even own who you are. We own who you are.
Because if they delete Instagram.
Oh, shit. What happens to your reputation then?
And if they delete Facebook.
You got an archive of proof of work, nigga?
And if they delete YouTube.
You got this shit hashed somewhere? What?
Everywhere you've allowed people to experience your identity.
Would you be able to rebuild it in 24 hours if they just so happen to clip you, stupid?
Family, please.
I love y'all so much, yo. I really do.
We implore you to reconsider your identity.
You gotta think.
Our offer is a bundle of finding and controlling your identity, your word, your community.
Yep.
Building off platform and not going to another platform, because we don't show you how to use school. We don't show you how to use Go High Level. We show you how to use code from a large language model, because not only are we inventing everything. We want to control everything. And if you could control your code,
okay.
You know what's another code?
What's another code?
Your DNA.
Oh, wait a minute now. Huh? Well.
Your fingerprint.
Well.
Your face.
The biometrics. Indeed.
We're saying, please allow us to show you the Overground Railroad with the power of the People's Panthers to control the code, because now large language models are offering codecs. They're offering a bunch of places. Learn how to use a GitHub repo. Learn how to use these Hugging Face. Learn how to use artificial intelligence so that you further influence actual intelligence, gain some ancestral intelligence, and remember who the fuck you were in the first place. You now have a sovereign identity. You now have a sovereign platform. You take that sovereignty, you take that software, and you turn it into solid ground.
There you go. From sovereign identity to software to solid ground. God damn it.
Peace to the family. This has been the Lively Alliance.
Lively Alliance, y'all.
There will be links everywhere of the Lively Alliance's offer.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a GitHub repository, but honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Learn. Hey, thank you. Thank you for even taking the first step to learn how to version control your file systems. Fuck me. That's great.
Karima, please. My hand is out. I say, we're marketers, we're advertisers, AI users, software developers. Please take my hand and please allow me to, over the next 30 days, teach you exactly how to use repositories, exactly how to get clean cut code. The thing is, you don't have to be on the same knowledge base as me and HIT when it comes to developing, because AI is making it simple. Okay,
it is.
And as long as we can teach you right there, you don't have to get into this Next.js thing. We will show you. We will show you what that means, the brackets, the words, but AI is making it clear English to control your code, the biometrics, your DNA, your sovereign identity, everything sovereign here. Okay, Spin City HQ, Black Future Initiative, Paycheck Protocol, where you pay yourself based on this sovereign. It is so strong. When he brought it to the HQ, I'm like, damn, this kid's up to something, man. And it just makes me think of, please be you. Because if anybody knows me, look how I dress, man. Right? I wear the the Black History streetwear from Athletics. Athletics, me and Slice and HIT and Red and Blue, Jefferson. We rock our own identity. They say Spin HIT. You guys aren't quarter zip enough to be in software.
Who said you had to be quarter zip to be in software? I thought this started in grungy garages with niggas in regular polo shirts and shit. Wait, hold on. What you mean I can't be?
Jeff and Mark and even whoever the hell, man, probably had like you said, a grungy garage, man. Well, they probably had a beater and they were beating the keys, man.
So what you mean I can't show up as who I see myself as when I power up? What you mean?
And then we also don't see ourselves being there because we don't think the sovereign identity exists. Please. Please. We will show you exactly how to control the code of the matrix in which we see today.
That's wow.
Black Futures Month. Black history, black moment, black future. Winners aren't allowed to let losers rewrite history. Please, let's put a standing chance. Spin City HQ. Peace to the family. Peace to you and yours. We won't take up too much of your Good Friday, but we are so appreciative to everyone that has been a part of the conversation across Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, YouTube. I mean, thank you.
We here.
Thank you.
Honestly.
How does a person look like they're in software dev in 2026?
Exactly. I thought this whole community was about anonymity and all type of lean into it. This is what we're saying. All the molds are being broken. All the industries are being disrupted. Go be you. If this is truly a bazaar, then the most leverageable asset you have is the weirdest version of you that you can be, because that is the most authentic. That is the most primal ontological state that you can exist in.
Ontological. I know he'd be killing y'all. One thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna leave y'all with one more thing. What I say about that is I always spell weird W-I-E-R-D. And they say, Spin, boy, your ass dumb as hell, Spin.
You're spelling it wrong, boy.
You're spelling it wrong, but what I also say is there's no we in weird. This is me. This is I. So W-I am weird. There's no we in weird. There's only you. And there's no you in weird without I. I've been a dev, a UI, UX for a while now. I don't have the look, but I'm here doing it. Good. Karima, please, Spin City HQ, Spin City _HQ, DM me, please, so I can get you folks the link in which we hold hands. We truly hold hands because we're going back into the winner's circle. The melanated folks of North America are not being seen and represented themselves in the winner's circle. Let's make a shake back. Let's make a comeback. It's been your boy, Spin.
It's Ayawaku Sovereign Identity Architect. Orewa Kakugachi Gwanda yo.
Peace, family. We will see y'all.